Good evening, everyone. I'm Omar Mouallem, and it is an honor to be your host this evening for the 2021 Alberta Magazine Awards presented by the Alberta Magazine Publishers Association. We have a really fun program tonight, but first and foremost, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the first people who made our settlement here possible. Every year we come together, usually in person, from 5 different treaties, treaties 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10. But tonight is different because tonight, not just because, of course, it's different because we're mourning and reckoning with the tragedy of residential schools this week. We should be mourning and reckoning with that every day. But today is different, actually, for positive reasons, because for the first time, we're celebrating magazines from British Columbia, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan, meaning some of you are watching tonight on treaties 1, 2, 5, and 9. In other words, we're celebrating magazines from all but one of Canada's treaties. These lands belong to hundreds of First Nations, literally too many to name. But on behalf of AMPA, I wish to pay gratitude to all our Indigenous brothers and sisters and their parents and their foreparents for welcoming us here today on these lands. As treaty people, we strive to honor your storytelling traditions. To everyone watching, it's my pleasure to welcome you on behalf of the board and the staff at the Alberta Magazine Publishers Association. Thanks to our colleagues at Mitchell Press for sponsoring tonight's event. If you want, you can smash that heart button, applause, or all sorts of emoji that you can be smashing on this venue platform on which we are meeting. Maybe don't smash that eggplant. I believe that is sexual harassment. And don't smash that tomato reaction unless it's from me. But you can smash all sorts of emojis, and that is how we will be reacting today in lieu of, normal life. We want to acknowledge our funders, the Government of the Government of Canada through the Canada Periodical Fund and the Government of Alberta through the Alberta Media Fund. We want to thank them for their continued strong support of the industry. And with that, I'd like to bring you this message from Leela Ahir, the Minister of Culture, Multiculturalism, and Status of Women.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Leela Ahir, and I am so honored to be your Minister of Culture, Multiculturalism, and the Status of Women. As the Minister responsible for culture, I'm just so delighted to bring greetings to the 2021 Alberta Magazine Awards Gala on behalf of the Government of Alberta. I really want to acknowledge deeply from the bottom of my heart, Alberta is on Treaty 6, 7, and 8 territory, and that this land holds very deep importance to the Métis people of Alberta. Tonight's awards honor the best of the best, but this past year has required so much from all of us that in my book, everyone in Alberta's magazine publishing industry is an absolute winner. We've all faced unexpected challenges, and we have to continue on a path forward. But this isn't easy, and your creativity and entrepreneurial spirit will keep Alberta's magazines going strong and telling stories for years to come. Stories that people really crave, and I applaud the awards team for adding the COVID-19 story category this year to highlight the fantastic work Alberta's magazines have done to share vital information during a really, really difficult year. You've provided health information, promoting buy local campaigns, promoting businesses, mental health strategies, and many more topics that have been so helpful to so many Albertans. The pandemic has shown us that Canadians are consuming more media content than ever before. And according to a survey by Livy Data, nearly 75% of Canadians are accessing magazine brand content per month, with 1 out of 4 adults increasing their consumption of print or digital magazine content during the pandemic. The magazine publishing sector, along with all of the other cultural industries, are so important to economic recovery. For that reason, we maintained Alberta Media Fund Levels Budget 2021 so you can keep doing the valuable work that you do. So congratulations to tonight's winners and to the Alberta Magazine Publishers Association for another successful virtual gala. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you all in person.
Thank you, Minister Ahir and the Government of Alberta, for your continued support of this industry and for investing in this essential cultural industry of ours. And please don't stop supporting us because we kind of need a lot of help these days, because 2020 and all. It's been a hell of a last, year and a half, 10 years. I don't know what it is anymore. 2020 was so bad that I actually look back fondly on 2016 because, weren't those just the good old days of your favorite celebrity just up and dying suddenly? I mean, I got to say, I kind of did like it better when I didn't know them personally, the people who were dying. Yeah. Can you believe that even just 10 years ago, the world economy was officially declared recovered from the Great Recession and Upworthy. Remember Upworthy, a magazine literally in the business of selling good news? It was the fastest growing media site of all time. And these past 18 months have been very different. It's been hard on all of us. There were layoffs across every sector of the media industry. Businesses that used to advertise in our pages were here today and gone tomorrow. Restaurants and retailers that carried our racks were forced to lock their doors to do takeout only. And the cruel irony of all of this is that we've never had more stories to tell as a province. Everyone, all of you, I know, have your own pandemic story, and not all were bad. Some of you mastered sourdough bread, and some of you mastered the fine art of rediscovering a favorite book. Katharina Doyle, the publisher of Creative Scrapbooker, she finally took up scrapbooking. The team at Alberta Views, leading the pack today with 20 nominations, they made incredible progress in therapy as they heal from their 2019 Alberta general election trauma. And I'm also really happy to report that Edify Magazine's editor, Stephen Sandor, finally learned how to scissor kick a soccer ball. In fact, if you look real closely at the government's latest vaccine campaign, you'll see him right there. There he is. Way to go, Steve-O. Yes, and congratulations to Edify on securing 12 nominations, including Alberta Magazine of the Year. And am I reading the teleprompter correctly? Best New Magazine? You sure about that? Because, I'm no conspiracy theorist, but I'm pretty sure these are the same guy. I'm not, it's just this, the similarities are uncanny. Anyway, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But it's neither here nor there because but the rest of the night, we're going to peddle positive news only. Yes, that's right. We're going full Upworthy. Happy thoughts or go home, stay home. Happy thoughts or stay home. Here's a happy thought. We're honoring 2 magazines today that were literal pandemic projects. I'm talking about Melanistic, a source of Black culture, excellence, and news from Canada's Black community, and Folklife, a premium magazine celebrating art and culture from the West Coast Islands that is up for BC Magazine of the Year. Congratulations to them and shout outs to many other pandemic project magazines that popped up this year. Suzanne Trudel, the director of AMPA, told me that they've never had more people just calling and emailing to say, hey, I want to start a magazine. How do I do that? Well, I'm going to reveal the secret of how you do that. First, you form a team of creators, readers, and this one is the hardest, entrepreneurs, to tell the stories that mean something to you. Then you work with the best available writers, photographers, illustrators, designers, editors, and salespeople. And you have fun doing it because, personally speaking, there's never been a funner job. In fact, I think that we should all raise a glass to our screens and make a toast to all of Western Canada's magazine staff and freelancers that we're celebrating tonight. So cheers to them. And one more toast to the volunteer judges from across North America who poured over the entries of 8 Achievement and 22 Showcase Awards. That is not an easy task, and you're doing the Lord's work. So a toast to them as well. And one more toast, actually. I want to toast to you and your pandemic project. I just can't wait to hear about them. In fact, I want to hear about them tonight. You can tweet them at me using this hashtag, ABMegs21, so that we can toast each and every single one of your pandemic projects. And you know what? Don't worry, because I'm good to go. I am good to go tonight. And AMPA said I can expense this too. It's true. So those are your membership dollars at work, by the way. Anyway, why don't we get on with the program, and we'll start with the Alberta story categories. Here are your finalists. Jeff Galis, Hunting the Wild Pheasant, Alberta Views. Doug Horner, sorry, I skipped one. Doug Horner, Crowfoot Comes Home, Alberta Views. I hope this wasn't a surprise for Jeff, but you were nominated in this category. Jeff Galis, Hunting the Wild Pheasant, Alberta Views. Michael Hingston, Inside David Egan's Plan to Revive Edmonton's Transit Hotel, Tech Life Today. Lisa Kozleski, Learning from the Land, Wider Horizons. Aaron Giovannon, Ross Annette, Alberta's Unknown Literary Populist, Alberta Views. Carol Patterson, Special Circumstances, Growing Grain in Alberta's Empty Quarter Requires Resilience and Resourcefulness, Grains West. And Michelle Magnan McIver, The Mother of Innovation is Collaboration, Avenue Calgary. Congratulations to all the nominees. The silver winner is Doug Horner, Crowfoot Comes Home in Alberta Views. And the gold Alberta Story winner is Jeff Galis, Hunting the Wild Pheasant, Alberta Views. Congratulations. Congratulations to all the nominees, and congratulations to Jeff. All right. This year, AMPA extended award categories to acknowledge the great content being created in Western provinces with the Story of the Year categories. So here are your finalists for BC Story of the Year. Fiona Bramble, A Way Forward, Here Magazine. Isabel Southcott, Long Live Service Clubs, Powell River Living. Wendy Burton, Swimming in the Dark, Folklife. Tessa Vikander, Trans Inside and Out, Asparagus. Congratulations to all the nominees. The silver winner is Tessa Vikander, Trans Inside and Out, in Asparagus. And the gold winner is Wendy Burton, in Folklife. Congratulations to Wendy and to Tessa. Next up is Manitoba Story of the Year. And here are your nominees. Eva Chambers, A Tribute to Brenda Johnstone, Convenience and Car Wash Canada. Ashley Lewis, Say Hello to the Harry J. Enns Wetland Discovery Center in Conservator. Jeff Baker, The Big Pivot in Prairie Manufacturer Magazine. Congratulations to all the nominees. The silver winner is Ashley Lewis for her story in Conservator. The gold winner is Jeff Baker for The Big Pivot in Prairie Manufacturer Magazine. Congratulations, Jeff and Ashley. On to the next category, Saskatchewan Story of the Year. Here are your finalists. Brooke Thalgott for Connect the Dots Internet Infrastructure in Saskatchewan, Industries West. Matthias Graham, The Space to Tell Stories in Briar Patch. Okay, those are the two nominees. So there's a 50-50 chance here. So congratulations to both nominees. The silver winner is Brooke Thalgott for Connect the Dots Internet Infrastructure in Saskatchewan and Industries West. And the gold winner is Matthias Graham for the Space to Tell Stories in Briar Patch. Congratulations to the both of you. Now we are on to art direction for a single issue category. And here are your finalists. Sofia Capitini for the Gender and Healthcare edition in the Gateway. Zuzana Benisova for February-March 2020, Canadian Cowboy Country. Kim Larson for issue number 1 in Edify. Beata Vickman for July-August 2020, Black Swan, Alberta Views. Naomi McIlwraith, Dorothy Thunder, Mimi Okabe, Adriana Onita for Nimi Tayani in The Polyglot. Carrie Vanderzam for Provisions Observing and Archiving COVID-19, The Site Magazine. Marcy Andrews, Spring 2020, New Trail. De La Rosa, Volume 5 of Canadian Rockies Annual. Congratulations to the nominees. On to the silver winner goes to Kim Larson for issue number 1 in Edify, of Edify, in fact. And the gold winner is Carrie Vanderzam for the Site Magazine. Congratulations to Carrie and Kim. Next up is covers, the cover category. I love this one. Here are the nominees. Zuzana Benisova, August-September 2020, Canadian Cowboy Country. Marcy Andrews, Lisa Cook, Kagan McLeod, Autumn 2020, New Trail. Beata Vickman, Evan Osentin, December 2020, Alberta Views. Zuzana Benisova, February-March 2020, Canadian Cowboy Country. Catherine Mock, Katja Warako, Here If You Need Me, Filling Station. Ryan Parker, Living with Cancer, Leap. Beata Vickman, Evan Osentin, and Graham Rumo, November 2020, Alberta Views. Marcy Andrews, Lisa Cook, Fatina Ramos, Spring 2020, New Trail. Halis Podnek, Summer 2020, Legacy and Action, in Action. And Dorothy Leung, Trauma is Part of the Human Story, ATA Magazine. Wow, congratulations to all those nominees. The silver winner is Zuzana Benisova, August-September 2020, Canadian Cowboy Country. And the gold winner is Halis Podnek for Summer 2020 in Legacy in Action. Congratulations. We've now reached the Achievement in Publishing Award. The Achievement in Publishing recipient is someone who's demonstrated long-term success and made major contributions to the industry. And here to say a few words about this year's recipient, Brian French, is former AMPA president and interim publisher of Canadian Art, Joyce Byrne.
Good evening, AMPA colleagues. I have the pleasure this evening of introducing this year's Achievement in Publishing Award winner, Brian French. Brian is known for being an enthusiastic and devoted promoter of all things Calgary, for leading the Wear Calgary brand and then taking on a group publisher role with Wear Canada. In addition to his significant accomplishments with his own portfolio, Brian has also been a committed advocate for our industry for many years. I had the opportunity to serve with Brian on the AMPA board for several years when he returned for a second term. In addition to having mad old school skills in networking, Brian always makes sure the out-of-town guests are greeted and the sponsors thanked. He has repeatedly stepped outside the competitive wall to show empathy to others, whether it is during a time of business difficulty or personal sorrow. In short, Brian French shows up. I wish I could be there to see what comes next, but I am grateful to have been around to see him make Calgary and Alberta a more interesting place to visit and to be in business alongside. Congratulations, Brian.
Hello, magazine colleagues. I hope you're keeping safe and well during this pandemic year. Hey, I want to take this opportunity to thank AMPA very much for giving me the Achievement in Publishing Award for this year. Look, I'll accept it, but I accept it with a great sense of humility. I've always believed that to be a publisher, to be a great publisher, you just have to have a great team. And from there, you let the team be great. And in the 16 years I've been at the helm of Where magazine, I've had great teams, no secret. I think of a lot of people. I think of Ian Doig, Andrew Ma, Veronica Cowan, Rachel Fry, Brianna Morozic, Ashley Templeton, Kipling West. Boy, the list goes on. You all know who you are, and thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for doing such a great job, being so committed. Now, the other good thing about being part of the magazine business is you get to be a part of AMPA. And I've been on the board of AMPA for 10, 12 years. I'm not really sure. Rob Tanner would know. I think Rob was born on the board of directors. I do think of Gary Davies. I think of Joyce Byrne. I think of Ellen Percival, Jennifer Rempel, and of course, Rob Tanner himself. Now, last but not least, I want to thank Suzanne Trudel. Suzanne, the job that you have done leading us through this pandemic, these last 12 or 15 months have been so difficult on the magazine business. And you have kept us together, and you've been doing a great job. Thank you so much, Suzanne. Now, folks, enjoy your conference, virtual or otherwise, and I'll see you next year, okay? Ciao.
Congratulations, Brian, and thank you for wearing pants in that video. I went just about halfway, just there. Oh, that's as high as I got to work on those Steven Sandor scissor kicks. Oh, man. The AMPA Board of Directors sends heartfelt thanks to your commitment and dedication to the association and the industry. So, thank you for that. Next up is a new category and one that we seriously hope to retire after this year. I'm talking about Best Toronto Magazine. I'm just kidding. I'm talking about, that's what the NMAs are for. The category that we want to see gone is Best COVID-19 Story. Here are the nominees. Sarah Swan, Art in Time of Pandemic, Galleries West. Portia Prieger, Digital Dash, Galleries West. Elizabeth Chorney-Booth, Fundraising in Hard Times, Avenue, Calgary. Mallory Frayne, From Hard Liquor to Hand Sanitizer, Alberta Distilleries Respond to COVID-19, Culinaire. Tina Tai, In Critical Condition, The Gateway. Scott Messenger, Lessons from Lockdown, 7 Edmonton entrepreneurs reckon with the pandemic in Tech Life Today. Tadzio Richards, Life in Upheaval, Alberta Views. Gillian Rutherford, Rapid Response, New Trail. Jackie Ludledge, Jamie Logie, Social Distancing, Creative Scrapbooker. And Bill Curry, The New Normal, in Link. Congratulations to the nominees. The silver winner is Elizabeth Chorney-Booth, Fundraising in Hard Times, Avenue, Calgary. And the gold winner is Tina Tai, In Critical Condition, The Gateway. Next up are the finalists for Best Digital Project. Here they are. Paul Gessel, Portia Prieger, Art and Healing, Galleries West. Aisling O'Carroll, Staff and Contributors, Provisions, Observing and Archiving COVID-19, The Site Magazine. Sherry Crosdell, Brian Allery, Scott Messenger, and Contributors, Tech Life Today. Mark Mushett, Portia Prieger, Tom Tate, Video Series, Galleries West. And Marcy Andrews, Melissa Fabrizio, Dean Vigorin, New Trail Digital Magazine. Congratulations to the nominees. The silver winner is Tech Life Today, Sherry Crostel, Brian Allery, Scott Messenger, and contributors. And the gold winner is New Trail, to Marcy Andrews, Melissa Fabrizio, Dean Vigorin. Congratulations to Tech Life Today and New Trail. On to the next category, editorial package. Here are your finalists. Diane Bolt, Sarah Sampson, and Mandy Savoy, 50 Reasons to Travel This Year, WestJet Magazine. Dana Woodward, Lisa Kozlowski, As Seen on Television, Wider Horizons. Terry Mason, Candice Vetter, author, Canadian Cowboy Country. Alberta Views, staff and contributors, May 2020. Ruth Jones, staff and contributor, The Site Magazine, Provisions, Observing and Archiving COVID-19. Shelley Arnish, Thomas Bogda, Afton Brazzoni, Maria Wilson, The Scaredy Cat's Guide to the Mountains, Avenue, Calgary. Tina Tai, Adam Lahatch, The Sustainability Edition, The Gateway. Lisa Cook, Karen Sherlock, and contributors in New Trail, This Changes Everything. Christina Frangu, Jason Schilling, Trauma is Part of the Human Story, for ATA Magazine. And Lisa Cook, Karen Sherlock, and contributors for New Trail, You of Amazing Alumni Stories, Part 1. Congratulations to the finalists. The Silver Award goes to As Seen on Television, Wider Horizons. And the Gold Award goes to You of Amazing Alumni Stories Part 1 in New Trail. Congratulations. We're on now to the second achievement category of the evening, and that is Editor of the Year. It is awarded to someone who's excellent. It's awarded to someone who's excellent at giving their readers what they want. So to tell us more about who the recipient is, Curtis Gillespie is going to say a few words about the 2021 recipient, Evan Osenton of Alberta Views. On to you, Curtis.
Congratulations to Evan on winning Editor of the Year. Evan, as many of you know, is a determined, smart, and thoughtful editor. He always makes you feel like you have a handle on what you're doing, even when you yourself might not be so sure. Maybe he's secretly not either, but he can fake it. Evan has been the gold standard for editors for many years now. I've always been proud to write for Alberta Views, and one of the chief attractions of writing for the magazine is getting to work with Evan. There's no better feeling for a writer than having a great editor in your corner. Someone like Evan. Congrats, Evan.
Well, thank you, AMPA, for this very nice award, and thank you to the judges, and also to all of our writers who made me look good over the last year. I feel a little like an imposter accepting this award because I do not compile this magazine by myself. So I would like to share it with everyone else at Alberta Views, with Amy, with Yasmin, with Sarah, our circulation manager, without whom we have no readers. So she's pretty critical. I want to share it with Tadzio Richards, our associate editor, who writes, edits, or compiles the other half of the magazine that I don't compile. So at the very minimum, this award is half his. I want to share it with Beata, our art director, who is eternally positive and brilliant and keeps me sane. And if a magazine communicates half of its meaning, most of its meaning through its visuals, then she should really get most of this award. And Tadzio and Sarah and I can just share whatever's left over. I want to share it with Joe Wilderson, our fact checker, who, unbeknownst to most people contributing to the magazine, makes us all look a lot better, a lot more competent, a lot crisper. So I also want to share it with Jackie Flanagan, of course, who is our founder and our editor. And if I've done anything to warrant an award over the last year, it's because I learned everything I know about how to edit magazines from her. So I want to thank all of them and say that, I may get to hang this on my wall, but this is really an award that acknowledges all of your talent and contributions as well. So thanks.
Congratulations, Evan. Extremely well-deserved. No imposter syndrome there. And thank you also to Curtis. Little known fact about Curtis Gillespie, he also had a pandemic project, ballet. Ballet was his pandemic project. You wouldn't have guessed it, but ballet was actually his pandemic project. So congratulations to Curtis on taking up a childhood passion. Next up is Emerging Writer. This year's winner is a gifted writer with a lot of promise and a passion for people who are giving back to their communities. In their story for Avenue Calgary, Giving Back Better, the writer proves he has a strong sense of who makes a good profile subject. And I am pleased to award the 2021 Emerging Writer Award to Travis Klemp. Congratulations to Travis. I am really excited to read more of your work in the years to come. Emerging Writer is a really special honor, and kudos to you for earning it this year. Up next is the essay category. The nominees, here they are. A mother, her husband, and 2 aides walk into a bathroom in Edify. Psst, I'm the husband. It's by me. Conyer Clayton. I cannot write this softly. Filling station. Sarah Swan in Defense of Art from Small Places. Galleries West. Tim Bowling. Initiation. Alberta Views. S.K. Ibrahim. Mnemonics, Magic, and Memoir in Filling Station. Paula Simons, The Story of Joseph Lewis, Alberta Views. And Bruce Hunter, This is the Place I Come to in My Dreams in Freefall. Congratulations to the finalists. The silver winner is Sarah Swan in Defense of Art from Small Places, Galleries West. And the gold winner is Tim Bowling in Alberta Views. Congratulations to Tim and Sarah. Next up is Feature Design. Here are the finalists. Steve Collins, Jared Sitch, Julie Van Rosendahl, 25 Things to Eat, Avenue, Calgary. Kim Larson, a mother, her husband, and 2 aides walk into a bathroom, Edify. Kim Larson, Alex Archbold, and his Temples of Antiques, Edify. Kim Larson, fa la 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 na. That might have been one too many la's, but that story in Edify. Kim Larson, Aaron Peterson, Scott Carmichael, Robert Carter, Emily Chu for Game Changers in Leap. Carla Clausen, Issue 2, New Forum. Marcy Andrews, John Yulin, Fatina Ramos, Seeking Hope in New Trail. Erin Solano, Yuet Chen, Kim Vander, Trauma is Part of the Human Story, ATA Magazine. And lastly, Marcy Andrews, Miracle Studios, Jonathan Carlson, Kagan McLeod for You of Amazing Alumni Stories Part 1, New Trail. Amazing. I named my child Miracle Studios. Congratulations to all the nominees. The silver goes to Game Changers in Leap. And the gold award goes to You of Amazing Alumni Stories Part 1 in New Trail. Congratulations. All right, we're off to the next category. This is Feature Writing Long, and here are your finalists. Tadzio Richards, Adam's Choice, Alberta Views. Ryan Stewart, All-Time High, Canadian Rockies Annual. Me again, for January 8, 2020 in Edify. Congratulations to my co-nominees. Silver goes to Tadzio Richards for Adam's Choice in Alberta Views. And the gold winner is, it's me. Thank you very much for January 8, 2020 in Edify. I quickly, I know we're not supposed to do acknowledgements, but I just quickly want to thank the Persian Canadian community for welcoming me into their community and speaking to me so openly and about the tragedy that they suffered so that we could tell this important story. And I don't take it for granted that you did share this story with me, your stories with me of tragedy and loss. So thank you to them and to Edify for bringing that story together. Off to Best Short Feature Writing. Here are the nominees for Best Short Feature Writing. Dorothy Woodend, Age of Extinction in Galleries West. Fish Grigowski, Curtis Tulls Santiago Fire, Galleries West. Tanea Rogers, In Conversation with Black Women in Business, Melanistic Magazine. Jerry Auld, Lost Obelisks, I just can't get that word, Lost Obelisks of the Rockies, Canadian Rockies Annual. Caitlin Crawshaw, Stitching a New Future, Legacy in Action. Minister Faust, Teen Science That's Out of This World, Legacy in Action. Ashley Node, Using My Brain Again, in Link. Peter Midgley, Writing Reconciliation, Westward. Dave Robertson, Why She Runs, Alberta Views. Congratulations to all the nominees. The silver goes to Peter Midgley for Writing Reconciliation in Westward Magazine. And the gold winner is Jerry Auld, Lost Obelisks of the Rockies in Canadian Rockies Annual. Phew! Congratulations to Jerry and Peter. Off to the next category, in fiction writing. Here are your nominees. Greg Wilson and Should I Fall Behind on Spec. Corinne Urquhart, Dancing in the Rain, Funicular. Lisa Gregoire, Gymnastics, Filling Station. Joel Fishbane, My Brother's Girl, Freefall. Salma Hussein, Rebirth in Filling Station. Blair Hurley, The Religious Woman in Funicular. Seneca Maltese, To Swim with Wildcats, Funicular. And Kathy Pham, Yellow, Alberta Views. Can I just say the fiction category has all the best titles? Like, you should all be writing our headlines. Okay, I've said it. Now, to the Silver Award, it goes to Blair Hurley, The Religious Woman in Funicular. And the gold winner is Corinne Urquhart for Dancing in the Rain in Funicular. Congratulations to the both of you. We're on to the illustration category now. Here are your finalists. This ditty again. Great. Rachel Byer for A Mother, Her Husband, and Two Aides Walk into a Bathroom in Edify. Taylor Odinsky, All-Time High, Canadian Rockies Annual. Rachel Wada, Colleen Ring, Teacher Makes a Difference Through Kindness, ATA Magazine. Spencer Flock, Exploring Cancer and Stigma in LEAP. Taylor Odinsky, High Altitude Inhabitants, Canadian Rockies Annual. Jonathan Dick, Initiation, Alberta Views. Spencer Flock, The Battle Metaphor in LEAP. Sean Sahlberg, The Virtual Virtuoso, Wider Horizons. Great cover. Byron Eggenschweiler for Yellow in Alberta Views. Pete Ryan, You Know What, Edify. Is it You Know What or You Know What? Anyway, congratulations to all the nominees. Silver goes to Jonathan Dick for Initiation in Alberta Views. And the gold winner is Byron Eggenschweiler for Yellow, Alberta Views. Congratulations to Byron and Jonathan. And now we go to the photo categories. The finalists in the essay or series category are Guillaume Nole, Chinatown, Alberta Views. Jared Sitch, Calgarians share the stories behind their locally made face masks, Avenue, Calgary. Lethbridge College, Environmental Science Students Sightseeing Wider Horizons. Steve Collins, The Benchmark, WestJet Magazine. Congratulations to the nominees. The silver award goes to Jared Sitch for Avenue, Calgary. And the gold winner is Steve Collins for WestJet Magazine. Congratulations to Jared and Stephen. Now, the next photo category is Landscape, Still Life, and Architecture. Here are your finalists. Neil Zeller, A Moose Retreats to the Kootenay River, Canadian Rockies Annual. Zoltan Varadi, Badlands Road, Grains West. Yuet Chan, Check It Out, ATA Magazine. Jared Sitch, Clear Vision, Avenue, Calgary. Patrick Kavanagh, Fishing, Alberta Views. And Brandon T. Brown, Links at Lake Louise, Canadian Rockies Annual. Congratulations to the nominees. Silver goes to Jared Sitch for Clear Vision in Alberta, in Avenue, Calgary. And the gold award goes to Patrick Kavanagh, Fishing in Alberta Views. Congratulations to Patrick and Jared again. Now the next category is, the final photo category rather, is People and Portraiture. And here are your nominees. Daniel Wood, Alex Archbold, and his Temple of Antiques, Edify. Graham Mickerel, Cork 7 at Lake Louise, Canadian Rockies Annual. Cooper and O'Hara, January 8, 2020, Edify. Tadzio Richards, Protesters, Opera, Alberta Views. Congratulations to all the nominees. Silver goes to Daniel Wood, Alex Archbold, and his Temple of Antiques, Edify. And the gold winner is, oh, that makes me so happy, Cooper and O'Hara for January 8, 2020, Edify. Congratulations to Daniel Wood and Cooper and O'Hara. It's a pleasure working with them on that story. The next achievement category is Volunteer of the Year. It's awarded to an individual who has demonstrated that they have bettered the industry through their involvement. And this year's recipient is Rob Tanner. He's president and group publisher of Tanner Young. And here to present the award is Calgary's child publisher and AMPA board vice president, Ellen Percival.
I am delighted to have the pleasure to congratulate you, Rob, on your award for Volunteer of the Year. I can't think of a more deserving recipient. Your unwavering, your unending support and advocacy of our magazine industry is well known. You freely share all the experience of your almost 30 years in publishing, whether you're mentoring new publishers or helping to support those of us that have been here for a while. Congratulations, Rob. This award is so well deserved.
Good afternoon. When I was first informed I was to be recognized as Volunteer of the Year, to say the least, I was surprised. In light of that, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the association for this recognition. It was early in my career when AMPA further ignited my passion for this industry. Through AMPA, I was introduced to other Alberta-based publishers, editors, designers, and salespeople, and was inspired by their creativity, commitment, and passion to our industry. Without a doubt, this connection with my peers set my career on a whole new path and broadened my understanding of our industry as a whole. I have volunteered with AMPA for over 20 years now in various capacities. I honestly believe I owe AMPA a debt of gratitude for introducing me and allowing me to hang out and learn from some of the most creative writers, designers, editors, publishers, and true businessmen and women anywhere in this country. I have enjoyed every minute of this business and with my time with AMPA. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Congratulations, Rob, and thank you for your service. The next showcase category is poetry. The nominees are Leslie Joy, Henda, A Bloodless Liminal Amber Filling Station. Daniel Poitras, An Apology, The Polyglot. Emily Riddle, Broken Up Funicular. George Eliot Clark Emmett Till, 1941-1955, A Beginner's ABC in Freefall. Oje for Nihiya Mitsi Mapoi in Indian Stew in The Polyglot. John Barton for Piata Filling Station. Anna Navarro, Sestina, First and Second Loves, Freefall. Moni Brar, The Cattle Bomber, Freefall. And Amy LeBlanc, Well Women, Freefall. Congratulations to all the nominees. The silver goes to Carrie Auger, The Polyglot. And the gold winner is Emily Riddle in Funicular. Congratulations to Emily and Carrie. The next showcase category is profile writing. Here are your finalists. Joanna Croston, Believe and Begin, Canadian Rockies Annual. Stephanie Bailey, Coming Home, New Trail. Elizabeth Chorney Booth, Mainstream Moonshiners, Culinaire. Paul Kingsmith, Nothing Stops Sophia Wider Horizons. Christina Frangu, The Dancing Life, ATA Magazine. Teresa Keller, The Safe House That Saved Mary, Legacy in Action. Jeff Powder, Up at Work, Canadian Rockies Annual. Congratulations to all the nominees. Silver goes to Stephanie Bailey, Coming Home in New Trail. And the gold winner is Joanna Croston, Believe and Begin, Canadian Rockies Annual. Congratulations to Joanna and Stephanie. And now the final showcase category of the evening, Best Service Journalism. Here are your nominees. Brian Allery, 5 rules that helped me go from fermentation zero to hot sauce hero. Check Life Today. What a great headline. Portia Prieger and contributors, Art Book Issue, Galleries West. Jackie Moore, Contain Yourself, Avenue Calgary. Jackie Flanagan, Local Travel Guide, Alberta Views. Lynn Martell, Masters of Mountain Knowledge, Canadian Rockies Annual. Searing Asha and Colin Gallant, The Guide to Wine Entertaining, Avenue, Calgary. Congratulations to all the nominees. The silver goes to Jackie Moore, Contain Yourself in Avenue, Calgary. And the gold award goes to Brian Allery for Tech Life Today. Congratulations, Jackie and Brian. Now we are in the last stretch of the award show, and we're going to start giving away the Magazine of the Year awards. Today's categories are extra special because they also honor the magazines of British Columbia, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, 3 provinces recently annexed by the Alberta Wexit Army. And so if the staff of the magazines and people from those provinces are watching today, I asked the magazine representatives of our new territory that they join us Albertans in our customary act of shotgunning a beer. So got mine right here, and it goes just like this. Alberta, baby! Anyhow, don't worry. I am expensing that as well. And in this suit at the dry cleaner, I'm expensing everything. So now to the magazines of the year. I'm going to share the jury's comments on each of the finalists. So let's start on the West Coast with BC Magazine of the Year. There are 3 finalists. I'm sorry, I'm still gassy from shotgunning that beer, guys. That was a bit much. The first is a pandemic birth story, Folk Life magazine, which was started in April 2020. Judges said that it is the kind of magazine that begs readers to curl up with it on the couch, preferably under a cozy woolen blanket, while sipping a mug of foraged tisani. The Folk Life team has created a beautiful brand with well-considered design, photography, and storytelling that truly speaks to the community that it serves. The second finalist is the Tyee. The magazine combines consistently high-quality editorial and excellent design in a winning package. Notably, the magazine increased reader financial contributions by 58% in 2020, demonstrating a loyal readership that values fact-driven stories and reporting that enlivens the democratic process. They're an indispensable guide to life in BC and into the future. And then we have Western Living. Western Living succeeds yet again in making us want to pack off to BC and build a stunning custom home. Speak for yourselves. Actually, I totally want to just pack off to BC. The team's deep commitment to a firm editorial sales divide ensures that its loyal readers get top quality content. The magazine's strong social media engagement served them well in 2020 when they switched from in-person to virtual events, including Instagram Live home tours. It is a great complement to its sophisticated and well-designed print package. So let's give away that award. The BC Magazine of the Year award is the Tyee for Janet Eggison, Robin Smith, David Beers, and the entire Tyee team. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Jeanette Aitchison, publisher of the Tyee.
And I'm Robin Smith, editor of the Tyee.
Thank you so much for this award. We are so thrilled to be named BC Magazine of the Year.
This is a real testament to our team of staff and freelancers who work incredibly hard every day to put out strong, independent journalism, including about Alberta. So please subscribe.
And thanks also to the thousands of readers who read our articles, share our articles, and donate so that we can continue doing this work. We really couldn't do it without you. Thanks also to the Alberta Magazine Publishers Association, and congratulations to all the other winners and nominees. Thanks.
Thanks.
So I love how even, you know, ending your acceptance speech feels like you're leaving a Zoom call. But congratulations to the Tyee. Next up is Saskatchewan Magazine of the Year. The first finalist is Briar Patch. Judges said that Briar Patch has sustained its sharp editorial edge. The magazine has known and understood its audience for decades, and has really come into its own with timely important stories that are consistently well told and well packaged. Briar Patch is an exciting, challenging, and adventuresome exercise in magazine publishing. The second finalist is Black Flash, which judges said exudes a thoughtful patience that encourages reflection, consideration, and understanding from its readers. With robust and ambitious editorial, the magazine offers a rich, tactile experience through words, beautiful covers, and outstanding design. And the third finalist is Industry West Magazine. With an impressive breadth and depth of material in each issue, this is a no-nonsense and grounded magazine that offers its readers plenty of information in a bright glossy. Its excellent mix of editorial content serves its audiences in engaging ways. And the winner of Saskatchewan Magazine of the Year is Briar Patch, for John Cameron and Saima Desai and the whole team. Congratulations to Briar Patch.
My name's Saima. I am the editor of Briar Patch Magazine. We're a national magazine of grassroots politics and culture that's based on Treaty 4 territory in Regina, Saskatchewan. And we're so honored to be selected as a finalist for Saskatchewan Magazine of the Year at this year's Alberta Magazine Awards. So Briar Patch has very deep prairie roots. We started back in the 1970s as an anti-poverty publication made by and for poor people in Saskatoon and later in Regina to discuss changes to social assistance. But we've since grown into a national print magazine with an international readership. And it's really meaningful for us to be recognized by other prairie publications because one of the things that we work really hard to do is to resist the logic of media centralization in Toronto, which means that we continue to report on grassroots politics, on social movements, on the prairies and in our home in Regina. We believe that we need more high-quality, independent journalism on the prairies, and we're really grateful to the Alberta Magazine Awards for making space to celebrate that.
Congratulations, Briar Patch. Okay, on to the next one. This is the Magazine of the Year, Manitoba. The finalists in this category for Manitoba Magazine of the Year are Canada's Local Gardener. That's the first one. With a friendly and engaging tone, the jury found Canada's Local Gardener demonstrates an intimate knowledge of the reader and subject. This publication is easy to dig into thanks to tight editorial and thoughtful breadth of topics and ideas. This is solid publishing in action. Next, we have CV2. The magazine impressed judges with its well-considered approach. It's a clean, beautiful publication that's impeccably designed and interesting to read. Its collection of thoughtfully assembled poetry, criticism, and interviews serves its audience very well. And the third finalist is Prairie Manufacturer. The magazine presents timely and well-assembled material in an engaging and crisply designed package. A nice layout and nice design that's easy to follow leads readers into editorial that serves its audience well. The publication also manages to offer a few surprises along the way to make it feel timely and inclusive. And the Manitoba Magazine of the Year goes to Prairie Manufacturer. Congratulations to Rhonda, Jeff, Dana, and Milani.
Hi, I'm Jeff Baker, editor of Prairie Manufacturer Magazine. In the 5 years Prairie Manufacturer Magazine has been publishing, we've shared the stories of dozens of manufacturers from across the prairies with our readers. In each issue, we take the spotlight and shine it on the people who make manufacturing happen in this great region. We see manufacturing differently, and that's what makes us different from other industry-focused publications. We see manufacturing in the broadest sense possible, and that includes many folks who might not see themselves in the sector. The crafters, the makers, the creators, and the innovators. It's that entrepreneurial spirit of these people and the can-do prairie work ethic that has been the foundation of the manufacturing sector in the region. And that's what will keep manufacturers across the prairies at the forefront of the sector well into the future, not only here at home, but across the globe. So to our readers, contributors, supporters, and advertisers, thank you for being a part of Prairie Manufacturer Magazine. And thank you to the AMPA and the judges for recognizing Prairie Manufacturer as Manitoba Magazine of the Year. Congratulations to our fellow finalists and to all the winners today. This business of magazine isn't always easy, but it's definitely a great deal of fun making each issue and sending it out into the world. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to our gold sponsor of the evening, Prairie Manufacturer, and to Jeff for that very humble message. Off now to Best New Alberta Magazine. The first finalist is Avenue Magazine. It's Edify Magazine. Edify undertook a wholesale rebrand that's retained the best of Avenue Edmonton, reimagined it for its local audience. Its stellar packaging includes some of the best in Canadian editorial design, and the team consistently provides deep insight into what's important to Edmontonians. The second finalist is yet another pandemic magazine launch, Melanistic, a Black urban lifestyle digest that seeks to elevate the standards of how Black culture in Western Canada is represented and sometimes misrepresented. Let's be real. Yeah, that's important too. Melanistic has captured a renewed sense of pride in the community, and it's quickly becoming a platform of cross-cultural education. The third finalist is The Polyglot, which the judges said has proven itself with its multilingual mandate. That's not only unique and essential to the literary scene in Alberta, but also in Canada. To be a magazine that's a heavy hitter on an international scale. And the magazine does hit hard with every poem and every work of art, but still shows care for each of the few dozen languages that they've published. With readers in nearly 100 countries, they're excelling in their mission to connect multilingual communities and erase the borders between art, language, and identity. Their most recent double issue on Indigenous languages is a roadmap on how magazines can and should, with care and respect, honor and celebrate the Indigenous brilliance that's been present on Turtle Island long since before settlers arrived. So congratulations to the finalists. The 2020 Best New Magazine recipient is The Polyglot. Congratulations to The Polyglot.
Bună ziua, my name is Adriana Onitza, and I'm the founding editor of The Polyglot. And I'm thrilled to accept this award for Best New Magazine on behalf of my editorial team, which includes Luciana Erregesaki, Mariel Day, Mimi Okabe, and Naomi McElraith. Thank you so much for this recognition to AMPA and the judges. Mulțumim din suflet. 5 years ago, The Polyglot was just a dream I had in my head. I was becoming increasingly frustrated with the Anglocentrism in Canadian literary and publishing spaces, and I decided to start this magazine of poetry and art to celebrate creative expression in all of our languages, in Amiskwachi, in Edmonton, and beyond. And I'm proud to say that in our first 7 issues, we have published 148 poets and artists working in 43 languages, from Anishinaabe to Somali. And in terms of visual art, we have published paintings, prints, drawings, installation, photography, beading, collage, you name it. We've run on a shoestring budget from my savings until the last couple of years, when we've received funding from the Edmonton Arts Council, Canadian Heritage, and most recently AMPA. So thank you so much for this recognition. This means so much to us. We have worked so hard, and we are proud to be Alberta's best new magazine.
Hello. When I first put up this fake backdrop of a cool, stylish hipster brick wall, my biggest fear was that it would come down at an inconvenient moment, maybe like a Zoom meeting, something like that. I never thought it was going to actually collapse in the middle of this award show. So, yeah, anyway, so now you know. Now you know I don't live in a cool loft, all right? Fine. This is just the spare bedroom. That's where we are. All right, well, now you know. Anyway, I hope someone screenshotted that backdrop falling apart and will send me some photos of that. And please do tweet and Instagram it. Yes, thank you. Congratulations to the polyglot. Yes, we're back on script. Congratulations to the polyglot. And now, we almost waited through the whole award show with the veneer not coming to, anyway. The final category now of the evening is Alberta Magazine of the Year. Here we go. The jury said our first finalist, Alberta Views, is truly the magazine for engaged readers. It continues to do what it does so well, publish long-form essays, fiction, and timely, thought-provoking, and well-researched journalism. Its contributions to the public discourse are vital to the cultural and political landscape in the province, and it manages to package all of it in an engaging and creative way. The second finalist is Edify. Edify has built on the success of its long-standing brand, Avenue Edmonton, to create a familiar yet surprising magazine. From engaging city section insights to compelling and important long-form articles, the team's commitment to editorial excellence is outstanding, indeed. Custom photographs and illustrations contribute to its storytelling, and the design approach significantly enhances the reader's experience. And third is Impact. Impact is a high quality service magazine for people who live active lives. The jury found its clear writing, strong photography, uncluttered design, and even its sponsored content laser focused on its core readers, those who aspire to be fitter and healthier. Impact garners loyalty with articles that include expertly designed workouts, nutritious recipes, and inspiring profiles. Impact the COVID-19 pandemic last summer. Impact treated the COVID-19 pandemic last summer with 138 pages of solid editorial and $100,000 worth of free advertising to support its clients struggling during lockdown. So kudos to them, and kudos to all the finalists in Alberta Magazine of the Year. And the award for 2020 Alberta Magazine of the Year goes to Edify Magazine. Yes, congratulations to Trudy, Steve, Kim, Corey, everyone over at that team. Over to your pre-recorded message.
Thank you, Magazine of the Year. We are so excited and really honored to receive this. You know, we do this because we love our city. We edify our city, Edmonton. You know, the magazine industry is not easy, as you all know. But I think if we support one another and we learn and grow together, we can continue to be successful.
Magazine of the Year, amazing. I'm so proud of our team and our city. I just want to say thank you to everybody I work with and everybody else who's working in this great industry. I've got the best job. Thank you.
Anyone who knows me knows how superstitious I am. Pre-recording a thank you for an award we don't know if we won or not is like bad luck. Well, I guess it worked out, and we're just so thankful that we've been named Alberta's Magazine of the Year. And I want to thank everyone in this industry. Thank you all for your hard work. I'd like to thank our great contributors, our writers, photographers, illustrators who've helped us get to where we are. Thank you.
Congratulations, Edify. Congratulations to everyone. Folks, that is it for the 2021 Alberta Magazine Awards. We got through it in record time. So I just want to quickly thank AMPA and its board of directors for acknowledging the exceptional work in our industry. I want to thank our producer, Frank Poon, at Venue for this beautiful platform, and Jessica Patterson, who helped behind the scenes tonight, and to Brent Felzine, who created tonight's videos. Thanks also to this evening's sponsors, Mitchell Press. I want to thank you and everyone out there for joining us. I know that in pre-COVID times, we'd be heading to Peanuts Pub right now, to catch up with our colleagues and offer congratulations. Max Fawcett would be having one too many to drink, and Kim Larson would be showing off pictures of her fur babies, Sophie and Grace, and I'd be saying something deeply embarrassing to Kata Lemon again. Well, maybe next year. Please get vaccinated because we owe you all a drink. And until then, congratulations to all the finalists and winners. Good night.